Grenada is recording an 11% increase in cruise calls compared to pre-COVID levels in 2019, with the intended arrival of 202 cruise ships. Of the 202 cruise ships down to dock at Grenada's port, 9 will be headed to Carriacou, an increase from 6 which visited the sister isle in 2019. This was announced on Friday by CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Petra Roach, as Grenada officially began its 2022-2023 cruise season. During an interview with the Grenada Broadcasting Network at the welcome ceremony for the first cruise call to Grenada at the Melville Street port, Ms. Roach also announced that 12 new ships forms part of the numbers coming to our shores, including premium cruise line, the Ritz-Carlton. Roach says these gains are as a result of the hard work of the GTA and meetings held with cruise lines ahead of the start of the season.
We actually just came back from FCCA, which was held in Santo Domingo, and we had a chance to sit down and talk to all the cruise lines with whom we're doing business and also those with whom we're not, because ultimately we recognise that in spite of the fact that we've got an increase in the number of calls, obviously the cruise ship industry, in terms of the occupancies on board, it is actually slowly coming back. So we're really looking to define a strategy and work with our stakeholders in terms of expanding the number of product offerings that we've got on the ground and really make sure that the per passenger spend is actually improved. So it's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. We're very excited to have the new Nutmeg Museum in Victoria being opened, and also we've just finished a training with the vendors as well as the taxi drivers, which is really about looking at how we present ourselves and again going back to all the traditional culture and folklore here that we can integrate into the offering. I think we've got to recognise that we have to be different and we have to be a welcoming nation if we're going to get the full benefits of the industry.
Ms. Roach says the number of cruise ship calls is expected to increase as the season progresses.
I think the message has gone out quite clearly that Grenada is open for business, that Grenada is committed to ensuring that we have a very efficient and professional operation on the ground, and that we have a product offering that is exciting, that really is authentic, that really gets people to do exactly what they're looking for, have an immersive and community-oriented experience.
The first ship to dock at the St. George's port on Friday was Celebrity Cruise, carrying 2,500 passengers and 125 crew members. Tourism Minister Honorable Lennox Andrews expressed his satisfaction with the level of organization with tour buses, vendors and other workers at the port as they welcomed the first cruise passengers. Minister Andrews says the ripple benefits felt by the cruise season will impact thousands of families locally.
I can therefore imagine the joy that fills the hearts and minds of our local taxi and tour operators, of our local spice and craft vendors, of our artisans, our roadside vendors, and our restaurant owners. For they all stand to benefit from this wonderful industry. And in the end, our economy prospers, our economy grows, and that we all live a much better life here in this country. And I'm making this point because as a people, we are all aware of the benefits that tourism brings to our country and to our people. Through tourism, many of us earn a decent income. Jobs are created. Our infrastructure is developed. Our people is developed professionally and skillfully. And of course, our country as a whole earns foreign exchange.